great questions.
Yeah. And y'all don't go easy on me. Like, don't give me any layups.
Okay, I have a question.
Like, I want you to like the stuff that I said that you're like, I'm not buying it. I want those questions.
Okay. Well, how do you, as a coach, or if you're running a company, to keep the positive when you need to like get feedback that something, on something they're not doing as well? How do you keep that positive?
Okay. So what I want you to be aware of is, so the question is, when you're, she's got a company, so when you're talking to people, and what she's saying is people do mess up, and you need to let them know you messed up. So how do you do that in such a way that it's not hurtful and destructive? Like this guy down here with the saw, we're going to have to go down there and somebody's going to. But here's what I would say about that. It doesn't. The goal is not to not ever say, "Hey, look, this isn't working, and you're not doing what you need to do." Okay. You just don't want to be that the majority of the conversation, right? So like, when you're giving somebody, you're getting ready to tell them they're stinking it up, you start with like, look, I want you to be here and I want you to be successful, okay? I think you're important in what we're doing. I gotta have you, okay? Like your role and your job is not optional. And like with Sean, I mean, when you got a kid who maybe is not even gonna play this year, because she's got 8, she only can take 5, what do you say to 6, 7, and 8? You know, part of it is I'm probably gonna need you. I don't know when I'm going to need you, but you're going to get a chance, and when you get that chance, you're going to want to be ready. You follow me? So so there's a message of what you do is important, and I need you to do it a particular way, and you're doing it this way, and I need you to change it and do it this way, right? So I'm giving you the critique because what you do is important. I need you to do it really well. You follow me? Now here's what's interesting. If you look at the science. So think about these 3 things of encouragement, which is really what positive feedback is: encouragement, criticism, or to be ignored. Okay. So what most people do is they go, well, I don't want to be negative. So when a person's doing a bad job, you just don't say anything to them. You just ignore them, right? Being ignored is the most destructive thing that you can do to another person. You with me? So ignoring them is worse than going, dude, you got to kick it up a lot. Right? So what I tend to do is when I see a person does something from a performance standpoint, I ask them this question. You know, they bring it to you, and then you go, Amy, do you feel like this is indicative of your best work? I don't say, do you think you did a pretty good job? I go, would this be representative of your best? And a lot of times they'll say, no, it's not. The other part is if they say yes, if you work with me long enough, you know what I look like at my best, right? So you can say, well, I've seen you at your best, Stan, and I would suggest to you that, no, that's not your best, okay? And I want you to do your best. Now, here's where the why comes in. If I work for you, why do you want me to do my best? Tell me.
Because I want the company to be successful. I want them to be successful.
Reverse the order and say it back to me.
Okay.
Why do you want me to do my best?
I want you to be successful.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes. I want you to be successful. If I'm doing my best, does it affect my experience of doing work, my level of engagement, enjoyment, if I'm doing my best? Yes. So I want you to do your best because number one is your reputation's on the line every day. The other thing is if you're pursuing doing your best, you're going to enjoy working more. And I want you to have that experience, okay? It just so happens if you can get, how many people do you have in your company?
14.
Okay. It just so happens if you get these 14 people to do their best, the company's going to do well. But when the company does well, it allows you to create more opportunities for them, right? Unless you're greedy. You're not greedy, are you?
No.
Okay.
Am I?
Yeah. Right? So if you're a part of something that's the best, it creates more opportunities. You think about golf, for example, okay? What happens to golfers when they play at a high level? You get to play more. Right? You get invited to better tournaments. Your season doesn't end when everyone else's season ends. You get to keep going. So one of the rewards of doing something really well is that you get to do it. But if you don't enjoy doing it, then you're not interested in that. Right? Does So did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you take away from it?
To start out by asking them, well, giving them positive feedback that you need to be we want you part of the team.
You're important to what we're doing here.
Yeah.
I got to have you.
And or not even maybe let them give their own feedback first. Because you said, is this your best work? So let them critique themselves, and likely they'll probably give their own critique.
Yeah. So you got 14 people. So you don't have a lot of room for people to hang out, right?